All right, I need a little shop space, a little table space, and I'm kind of burned out on cars right now. So I figured I'll revisit the 383 pig in a poke small block Chevy Stroker. Some of you guys may remember that 3-part series where I got burned on a pig in a poke. And anyway, I've decided to go ahead and try to do something with it. Now, I dropped everything off at the machine shop that actually screwed me on the heads, and supposedly he balanced everything. Crankshaft, so I left the crankshaft, the rods, timing chain, inserts, pistons, harmonic balancer, everything. Flex plate for them to balance it. He called me one day and said, come look, you'll see the crankshaft is on the balance machine, and it was. Anyway, when I got through, picked everything up, took it home, got to looking yesterday, and I see the inserts, the package, never been opened. So he didn't measure anything, he didn't weigh anything there. Maybe he got the weights from a manufacturer, I don't know. Crank gear, box has never been opened. So now I'm wondering what else did he screw me on. Anyway, I've got a bunch of parts, just parts everywhere. I have broken packages, 1, 2, 3. I got 4 broken boxes of small block Chevy gaskets. So hopefully there's enough to build an engine with. I'm doing this real cheap because I don't have any faith in the machine shop, and I don't have any faith in the engine being any good. So the only thing new basically will be an oil pan, an oil pump, and I'll show you the oil pump and you'll see why I had to replace it. Of course, the rods and main inserts, set of rings, and actually I got a timing chain here. That's a different story. It has 22 minutes run time on it, so I guess I'll use that. There's some valve covers, push rods, and used distributor, carburetor intake. Anyway, I'm going to use everything used. I'm not going to spend any money on it. Let me show you the camshaft here. All right, I decided to not even going to spend money on a used cam. I mean, on a cam and set of lifters. This is the cam that came with a pig and a poke, and as you can see, if it had 20 minutes run time, and I doubt it, there's nowhere. It looks brand new. Same with the lifters. They were new lifters, new camshaft, 20 minutes or less run time on it. Like I said, I don't trust the machine shop, so I'm going cheap. I'm going to go back with a cam set of lifters that came with the pig and the poke. I'm missing the head bolts. I'm not sure where the head bolts are, but I found a bag of small block Chevy head bolts there. And actually I found another head bolt or two floating around somewhere that looks like small block Chevy. So that's the deal. Cheap 383 pig in a poke. Put it together, see what happens. Will it go or blow? Let's find out. All right, here's the oil pump that came with the pig in a poke. Not sure whose pump it is, but as you can see, it's got some kind of strange pickup on there, and it's not brazed, it's not bolted. I don't know what the crap they got. Obviously he didn't know what he's doing, but that's why I'm going to put a new oil pump on it. I just don't trust that setup. I'll give you guys a look at it and see. 383 go or blow stroker cheapo build. Okay, I don't remember much about the pig and the poke. It's got coated hyper-eutectic pistons, flat tops, 40 over. Good set of rods, except they're pressed pins. I don't know why they didn't go with floaters, but it's what I have to work with, so that's what I'm going to use. I don't remember anything about the block here. I remember it was bored 40 over. I took it back to the same Shyster machine shop. Supposedly he sonic cleaned it and baked it and checked it and it's supposed to be ready to go, just like everything else was supposedly ready to go. I haven't even looked at it. I just brought it home, I think, some time ago, a long time ago, wrapped it and stuffed it. There's my name tag, still on the block. All right. Got a note on here, it says to replace the dowel pins on the block, they're worn out. Okay, well, thank you for telling me that. Anyway, the block looks pretty clean. Actually, it looks really clean. I have new cam bearings he reinstalled, hopefully correctly, and brass freeze plugs. Actually, it looks pretty good. Maybe somebody else did the work. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a 4-bolt main block, 40 over, supposedly ready to assemble. So I'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll see the, okay, cam plug is in the back side, as are the plugs at the back of the block. Same thing, plugs are in the front of the block, tapped and screw in plugs. So hopefully the block is good. I don't know about anything else, but we're gonna put it together and see what happens. All right, let's clean it up. All right, got the crank dropped in. We're just measuring right now. I'm supposed to have 2 to 6 thousandths in play on the crankshaft, and actually I have exactly 3, so we should be good. I don't have the caps torqued down. They're about 25 foot-pounds, 25 foot-pounds, but oops. That's hitting the crankshaft. Get this out of the way. Okay. But it spins freely. I'll check the clearances now. The in play is good. Check the clearance on the mains. I just made another discovery. The balance shop guy. Here's a set of rings. You would think you take the rings out, a set of rings, and weigh them to do your balance job. No rings, no inserts, no nothing. So I can only imagine what kind of balance job the machine shop gave me on this thing. Oh well, I'm gonna go with what I have. If you guys have never seen a rod vise, this is the one you want right here. Put your connecting rods in here, build them. It's padded with rubber, clamps it down, you can ring it. No damage to the rod, makes it quick and easy. That one came from what used to be my go-to guys until they pissed me off. They'll be my go-to guys again soon, for sure. All right, what I'm doing, because I don't even recall if that's the original pig in the poke block or not. I don't recall anymore. It's been too long. And so what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing now is I'm just lightly assembling this. I'm putting the pistons in the block, a little oil on the skirts, a little oil on the inserts, and putting them in the cylinders and checking to see if there's any clearance problems. I've got the camshaft installed, it's in there, and I'm just rotating this by hand, and it turns easily. And then checking with a flashlight for any clearance problems anywhere. And actually, it looks like it's clearance good, so that just tells you that all block castings are not the same, because on that other block, I had to grind the crap out of the block and even buy a low base circle camshaft to get the thing to clear. So we're just stuck it together, finger tight, making sure there's no clearance problems, and then I'll disassemble everything, plastic gauge it, put it all back together. And hopefully we have we have something that'll go instead of blow. Stick around, we'll find out. All right, I want to give you guys one more look at this ugly crank. Machine shop said spin it to the moon. It's a serious hole there. Heavy metal welded in here. More heavy metal. serious drilling on that end. Drilling and balancing as we go. Let's see what we got on this end down here. Oops. Another big hole. Heavy metal welded in. More balance holes. I don't know. There it is. He says spin it to the moon. It's going in an automatic car. It won't go that many RPMs, but we'll see what happens. All right, Queenie's out looking for vitamins, something like that. I'm not sure what she's doing. She's out shopping anyway, spending some money, and I'm working on the 385 low to mid-range torque monster. It's going into the IROC. Got the bottom end built now. And going to put the timing cover on it, timing gear cover on it, oil pan, and continue on. 385 go or blow torque monster. Here we come. All right, it's time for whining. You can't get parts anymore, and when you get aftermarket parts, they don't fit. I bought this pan because it had fewer bad reviews than the other pan. I was checking the oil pump to pan to pick up to pan clearance, and when I dropped it down here, I'll show you what I've got. On this side right here, pretty nice even gap. And when I get down here to the pickup, I got a big wide gap right there, big wide gap, and then it narrows back down. Look on this side, rotate around. Starts right here, fits well. When I get to that second bolt, it just gets a larger and larger gap. All the way down to the end. Just ugly warped pan. I guess I can take the gasket off the block, try bolting it down and see if I can bend it into shape. I don't know. Let's go sit it on a flat table and see what it looks like. All right, the plan didn't work. Piece of crap oil pan. That's how warped it is. Here's that pan again, sitting on a flat table. And as you can see, it's warped pretty bad. The rain's coming down. By the way, somebody's gonna say, you know, oil pump pickup is hitting the bottom of the pan. I had checked that earlier. It's not. I just did the old clay ball trick. Stick the clay ball on top of the pickup, drop the pan on, and as you can see, that's where it hit. And we've got plenty of clearance there. That's gotta be, I don't know, more than 3/8 of an inch. So that's not the problem. All right, Rust Queen turned Garden Queen. This is what, strawberries?
Strawberries just now ready to be planted, and we have some cauliflower. And look at this, y'all. Purple cauliflower.
I'm not into purple.
Oh, I am.
You've never eaten purple cauliflower.
Well, it tastes the same. It's just different color.
I am good for the strawberries, though. Bring them on.
I know. I'm so excited.
All right, back on the 383 again this morning. Parts finally arrived. I had to order push rods. I've got the right length. I ordered the correct length. And I've checked them on all 4 corners, intake and exhaust. So I'm not gonna bother putting on the I marked here the magic marker and going through the same routine and make sure I got a good pattern. I'm sure I have, because I've used these same combination before. So anyway, everything's cleaned up, parts are arrived. We're going to start assembling the 385 stroker again. All right, making a little bit of progress. All the rockers are adjusted, fully lubed, assembly lube, valve tips, balls, push rods, everything. I'll add some more assembly lube and oil, break-in oil, before I seal it all up. And so I guess the next step we're going to do is try to get this intake cleaned up, get the intake installed. Here we got all the rockers adjusted. I added some additional break-in oil, cam lube, assembly lube to all the lifters, the push rods. Kind of just doused it all in there, although it was adequately supplied and when I built it. And I'm getting ready to put the intake on, so I just put 4 studs on it, on each corner, so I can drop it down. If you're doing a Vortec engine, this is the gasket set you want right here. MS98000T. That's a Velcro part. Got that tip from a channel called My Vintage Iron. That intake set of gaskets works great for Vortec heads. So we'll put the silicone to it, the gaskets on here, and drop on the intake, which I have gotten cleaned up now and ready to install. All right, one thing I want to do a disclaimer here. This is not a tutorial, it's not a how-to. In fact, if you're smart, probably just ignore everything that you've seen, anything that I show or say. I've always been told that I'm a rebellious spirit and I don't know, irresponsible. I kind of wear that like a badge. Actually, I like that, irresponsible, rebellious spirit. So don't pay any attention to what I do, what I say. It's not a tutorial. I'm not responsible. Got it? Thank you. I got the intake installed now. Not sure what water pump and set of pulleys I need. I know that's not right. That's going on the iRock, but all I'm going to do is just use what I have. I've got a table full here. I've got pulleys all back here, and I've got boxes of pulleys over here. So I'm just going to find something that'll work till we get it run in on the run-in stand. We'll change all that stuff later. And no, I do not paint engines. Queenie, Russ Queen, or Vern, one of you guys have the patience to mask everything off and paint it? Job out. If not, it stays like it is. No paint special. Anyway, we're making some progress. I've got the engine mounted now in the run-in stand. Trying to get accessories and everything hooked up. I got a little makeshift exhaust system there just to get it away from the block on this side. Everything's hooked up except the distributor. I'm priming it, and when I was priming it, I noticed I've got a leak down here, right there. I'm not sure what that is. That was it looks like maybe for a remote oil cooler or something. I don't know, because I looked at another block and there's a plug in there that I don't even know how they got, machine shop got that plug out. So anyway, I've got to fix that oil leak. Just with the drill motor, I got like 60 pounds of pressure. Okay, we're almost ready to go. I had to spend a little extra money on this thing. I didn't plan on it, but you know how it is. I had to, I found an old set of spark plugs. They were good, used set of plugs, so I put a used set of plugs in there. I had to buy these boots, these insulator boots, because I burned up the wires last time. And I found a set of wires actually in my hardware store on the shelf, so at least I didn't have to spend that additional money right now, although I bought them earlier. We got all that going, distributor dropped in, kind of statically timed now. I've got it full of oil. I fixed the oil leak. Where is it? Down there. And I'm ready to add coolant. I'm charging the battery also. I did spend some money on a supplemental fan here, cooling fan. Let's see, turn on the master cylinder. That should be a fan switch right there now instead of ignition switch. There we go. So we'll use that in addition to the normal big fan I set in front of the radiator. I guess hook up the fuel line and we'll be ready to go. Unless you guys can think of something I've forgotten there. Alright you guys, we're going to call this a video, Pig in the Poke Part 4. It's been a long time coming. I think I first started on this engine, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago maybe. Just kind of put it on the back burner. When I went into it, I felt good about my assembly work. I felt good about that. It turned over good, it fit good. I just wasn't sure about the balance. However, off camera, actually it's on camera, but I'm not going to put it in this video. I idled it on down about 850 RPMs and just playing with the carburetor a little bit. It just sits here as smooth as it can be. I don't feel any kind of balance problems or anything, so evidently it didn't need balancing, or in fact those guys did balance the engine, so I feel pretty good about it. I kept hearing a little noise when I first started it up on this right bank, a little ignition miss. That plug wire, I guess, came loose because it was just about to fall off. I don't know how that happened. I was just piddling with those boots, I guess, and wasn't careful enough watching that. And of course the ignition wire, which I showed you in this video, or will show you right now, came loose in this junk distributor I bought off eBay or somewhere for nothing. But other than that, I don't have any kind of leaks. I got a little drop right here on the thermostat housing, a little drop coming out there. You can barely see it. In fact, it looks like about 1 or 2 drops. And other than that, I see no oil leaks, no coolant leaks, nothing. It feels like it's got an awful lot of torque. So we're going to put it into the IROC, which is right over here. We're going to try to put this engine into the IROC and just have a high mile per gallon street driven torque monster. Anyway, we appreciate you guys. I'm happy. Appreciate you guys following along with the videos, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, tell your friends, stop in and see us when you can. Thanks a lot. Catch you on the next one.